Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is all about the 6-month mark, what we've paid off, the decrease in debt, and also the decrease in school loans, which I'll give you a little heads up, wasn't much. But we are going to start paying on a second one starting in March. So I'm kind of excited to share this information with you. And if you're new to our channel, consider subscribing. What we talk about here at Loaded Up and Traveling is the process of going from living a life in your house and the same town and just doing the things that are just part of life, right? Just doing the normal, everyday, do the same thing kind of stuff. And we just have really gotten restless, and we are now planning on paying off all of our debt and buying an RV, a pickup truck, and then leaving in on September 1st of 2021. We will become mobile. We are probably going to be selling our house this summer, and I think that we'll probably live stationary. We might hop around maybe to 2 or 3 different parks just to see what the area is like living in an RV. This is our hometown. We live in Fort Worth. And so we've been here for 20 years, and it's going to be a totally different way of living to live in a campground versus a subdivision, right? So, all right. I'm kind of excited about the numbers this month. I want to go ahead, and if you haven't watched any of these financial summaries, I'm going to put a link up here to a playlist that shows all of the summaries. This will be the, let's see, we started August 23rd, so this will be, I think, show number 6. And what happens is each month I go through what we've paid off, talk about some financial decisions, things that we've sold, all kinds of things wrapped around finances for our family. I want to be fully transparent with everybody because in the end, most times we feel like we're not alone. We've made financial choices that ended up being mistakes. We've made financial choices based on emotions. We've made financial choices that did not help our family. And we're coming out from underneath those choices. And I want to share that with people because my goal is for you to feel like you can do it too. That's the main goal with these videos. I know that we have a small following right now, but it's going to grow, and I'm excited about people watching the journey of one family go through all of the letting go of things, right? Letting go of physical things, but also letting go of the emotions attached to those things. There's some processing that I think most of us should go through in order to have a more free life internally, not just a more free life with our physical proximity, like where we're living, right? So, okay, I use a product called the Budget by Paycheck Workbook. I'm not sponsored by her at all. Her account is The Budget Mom on Instagram, and she created this program on how to track your spending. And she does do cash envelopes, but she does it a little different than Dave Ramsey. And I really identified, like I related to her when I found her last year. I probably found her the beginning of 2019, but I didn't really do anything. I bought this book that she created, this tracking book. I probably bought it and owned it for 9 months without using it. And last year, it finally hit me, and I said, no more. You got to stop. You got to stop spending. I was talking to me. Got to stop spending, and you got to do what it takes to let go of the emotional need that you have to spend money. So I've been working on that. This month in February is the first month in 6 months that I have spent money on something that I didn't need. I spent money on something that I wanted. That has been a huge change for me. So I'm not talking groceries and maybe a pack of cookies, right? Like you don't need those, but you want those. I drink Starbucks all the time. I don't need that, but I want it. There's a difference, right? I have tried many times to stop drinking Starbucks, to stop that dependency on the drink. It's not the caffeine. It's an emotional thing to me. And I just, there are times when I wish that I didn't have that. And there are times when we have actually, I think we went 2 years without drinking a Starbucks drink. And that's while we were out on the road as truck drivers. Little backstory. My husband and I both have our CDL license. We started driving a truck as a team back in 2000. We drove truck for, actually it wasn't 2000, it was 1999. We then drove truck until our daughter was born in May of 2004, and we drove around the country. I drove at night, he drove during the day. Then when she was born, I went home and was a stay-at-home mom, and my husband stayed as a truck driver in our local area. And basically, he was miserable because driving locally is very different from driving across the nation, because traffic will drive you crazy. And I actually went into kind of like a little depression for like that first year because I missed traveling so much, and I really struggled, really struggled. I was very jealous of him being able to drive, and that's what I wanted to do. I don't know, it was really hard. I didn't have any problems with being a mom. That's what I wanted, but I really wanted to travel. So over the years, we just kept, I got a job at Starbucks actually, when my daughter was, how old was she? Almost 3. And I enjoyed that immensely because I got to drink drinks every day for free. But I really wanted to keep traveling. And so I finally found a company that allowed us to both drive, and then we could have our child on the truck. There's only one company in the United States, as far as I know, that does that. And they allowed us to have her on the truck with us full time. So some companies let you take a child for the summer or take a child for 2 weeks, but this was full time. All the time we could have a child on the truck with us. And that was an amazing experience. And so we did that for 4.5 years, and it was the best. It was the best thing our family ever did. And we look back at those 4.5 years as the foundation of the strength in our family. Since then, September 2014, we stopped. And number one, our income was cut in half. Number two, I'm bored. I can't stand it. I'd do anything we just did a road trip last week going to Arkansas. It was 6.5 hours, and I loved it. I love seeing the country. Love it. So I really miss that. And that's why we're going, long story. That was a long story, but that's why we're aiming at getting back in an RV and leaving, right? Like, we're on our way back to traveling. We're going to have to figure out the job situation. We're 18 months away, and so we will stay working the jobs that we have right now. And then once we're working towards what are we going to do for an income when we leave. And that's a whole nother video. I've covered that in a variety of other videos that we've done. If you go right up here, I'll post a link to an updated introduction to us. It's the pinned post in our YouTube channel, and you can go check that out if you like. All right, to the numbers. Oh my gosh, really, people, we have done very well. I will say, in February, I did put up some more stuff for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I got rid of a dresser. I got rid of a wheelbarrow. I got rid of a bunch of stuff out of my kitchen. So I think, let me tally that up. I think that was probably, I don't know, $175 worth of stuff. 100 of that I put towards Starbucks. Yeah. Okay. That was good. I still need to keep purging. I tell you, you walk around your house and with the, you know you're going to be leaving, and you've got this time period way out in the distance, and you're like, yeah, I don't need to do anything today. Yeah, I don't need to list that. I have 2 huge media centers. One is all books for my daughter's homeschool. There's no TV actually in it, but it's humongous. It needs to be gone. It's just a humongous piece of furniture in our media room. And yeah, desk and cabinets and all kinds of other stuff. Like, I have so much stuff I need to sell because I don't want to keep any of it. But my mom said, yeah, but you can't put your house on the market without furniture in your house. I'm like, yes, you can. We don't need a huge media center that takes up an entire wall full of school books. I mean, we can figure that out. We can, just get rid of this stuff. All right. Finally, to the numbers. Okay. Last month, we paid off another credit card, and that is then number 8. So we paid off number 8. We got a very large tax refund. We paid off our 8th credit card. At the same time, though, we opened a new one, and this is our strategy. We started in August with a 97% credit utilization amount, right? That means we had charged about every last dollar we could that's the highest number we had, 97%. We had charged almost every single dollar we could on our credit cards, on all of our accounts. And some of them were actually over, but we didn't get overage charges, but that's not the point. Well, in the beginning, I closed the first 3. Those 3 totaled $2,500. I closed them thinking I needed to control myself and make sure they weren't available to me. Yeah, but what ended up happening was I messed up our debt ratio. So credit card companies want to see that you have available credit, but you don't spend it. Well, I got wise pretty quickly, but I had closed those down. And I did it for me, even though it's a wise thing to leave them open. I did it for me because I really needed to control me because I wasn't doing well in the past. And it was more of an emotional thing for me. So going forward, we've left them all open. And now, as of this last paycheck on Friday and another large sum of money paid on debt, we're now down to 64%. So in 6 months, we went from 97% credit utilization down to 64%. Part of that is because we opened a new account in February with the intention of leaving it open once it's paid off. So we paid one off, and then we did charge some on a new account, but it's got a bigger window of openness. And then that one is a 12 months, 0%. And so we're going to be applying money towards, we have been paying off the highest interest runs as we go anyways. All right. So that means even with that, so the paying off of one credit card and the opening of another credit account with a camera company, because y'all saw my video. I'll put a link right here to my haul last week from B&H. Yeah, I love camera equipment. I am a professional photographer, and so that's my jam. I like equipment. All right. We are now at a total of, on our credit card debt, we have paid off in 6 months $11,529.86. Nowhere in the world did I ever expect we could do that. Like, I never imagined that we could do that. When you buy your groceries and your dog food and your gas every month on your credit cards because you've overspent on all of these other stupid things, like just stupid stuff you see on Instagram. I unfollowed all these accounts because I got to stop spending the money for no reason at all. Got all these things in the house that I don't even need. So that's really, really exciting. And then I want to say for the month of January 23rd to February 23rd, we paid off $3,681.74. It's our largest month to date, and it is because of our income tax return. We knew going in that that was going to straight up go to debt cancellation, and we stuck to it. It was really, really nice to pay off a really, big credit card. Now, our largest credit card limit is $4,100. Some people have $10,000 credit card limits, right? We just have a bunch of those kind of medium-sized ones. Ooh, spitting, sorry. To school loans. We have 3 school loans from when we went back to school in our 40s, and we only paid off $201 in 6 months. That's because 2 of them are in forbearance, and we've been paying on one all of 2019. It was a small one. I applied for forbearance on that one so that we could start paying on the largest one. So out of the 3, I knew we could pay one. Well, when the one that I paid all last year, that payment was only $132. That one's in forbearance, and we're paying the big one, and it's $376. So basically all of the credit card debt that I paid off and those payments that disappeared, they all came back into one school loan. And we have another school loan that is coming out of forbearance. The payment is starting in March. And it's $311. But we need to start paying it no matter what. So actually, our required financial payments, every month is actually more in March, starting moving forward, than it was in August, because we're starting to now pay on our school loans. 2 benefits to that. You can write off the interest, I think, up to $2,500. You can put it on your taxes. That's a benefit. This year we itemized because we had enough deductions that we were just over the couple deductions, the new tax laws. We were just over, I think, $24,400 is the standard deduction, and we were just over that by like $400 or $500 because we have contributions and our house and my business expenses. So I have 2 businesses that are not a consistent income, but they exist. So my photography business last year grew like 360%. And so that also was a contributing factor to paying off debt faster than I expected. And then this physical last 10 days, I've made more money in the last 10 days in photography than I did last year in January and February. And that for photography to do work in the winter is, it's not impossible, but it's not usual with the weather. I mean, one of the reasons why I record these in my car on Mondays is because it's too dang cold outside and the wind. Yeah. So, just saying, back to the idea of paying things off and planning this whole thing out. So this is taking us 2 years. I wish it didn't take us 2 years. I could go get a part-time job, which I worked at UPS. If you haven't watched my videos, I worked at UPS November and December as a personal vehicle driver. I delivered packages in my car. The goal is for me to get a more permanent part-time job, but I only want to work at UPS. How do you plan on changing your financial future? Right? Aren't you guys excited? $11,529 in 6 months. Like, how cool is that? I'm so proud of us. I will say, I do believe that God has given me the strength and the change in mindset to stop spending money. Yeah, I see things as a little different. I've still got some room to grow, but I see things a little different now. And, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my husband because he fully supports anything and everything that I want to do. He's extremely supportive. We're very, very different, and we fight. We have some good disagreements, But after 25 years of marriage, I recognize that I could not be doing this without somebody that is so supportive of me. All right. So if you're watching this, honey, love you. Thank you. Okay. If you have any questions, I would love it if you would put them in the comments below. I want to begin a relationship through YouTube with our community. And even though we're small, we're not going to be small forever. I believe that we can provide inspiration and camaraderie with others through our story. So I would love to just chat with you if you want. And definitely, if you have any friends that are considering doing this, send off my YouTube videos to them, show them, what we're doing. Maybe it will inspire them or give them the permission. Sometimes we feel like we need permission from somebody to do something totally different. So I say so a lot. I apologize. I want to thank you for watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed, click on that subscription, blah, blah, blah below. Sometimes I hate saying that, but you got to say it. You got to remind people. It's important to follow the people that inspire you, maybe that push you a little bit, and also give you information. Yeah. All right. Okay. You guys have a great day, and I hope that our story is inspiring you to pay off your debt so that you can follow your dreams. Bye.